What's up, nail geeks, and welcome back to an Ethereal Lacquer video. This is such a beautiful collection. I'm so geeked every time I get to do an Ethereal Lacquer video. We have the Moon Water collection to check out, and these are soft, super glowy type of shimmers. If you checked out my polish pickup video, I did mention that her May polish pickup color, to me, almost fit in with this set, and she's just knocking these out of the park. These are launching pretty soon, so I'm going to quit yammering. I know you all want to see them. I've had a couple of DMs asking me, hey, are you going to have a video up? But here it is. So without further ado, let's get started. Starting off with Angel. This is described as a very light gray base with strong pink, orange, and green shifting shimmer and tiny holographic flecks. This is so pretty, and you're going to hear me say that seriously on pretty much every one of these. They are all so glowy good. Shimmer lovers, this collection is for us, especially if you love these softer type of colors, but also with excellent formulas. Angel has a somewhat squishy formula to it, though I thought it was pretty forgiving for my self-proclaimed 3-coat queen. So I chose to do 3 light coats and a glossy top coat. Across the board, if a visible nail line bugs you, you may want to use a blurring base on these as they are, again, softer types of milky shades. Ether Moon is a pearlescent with green to blue shifting large particle shimmer. This one is pretty neutral on that base color, and of course it's one of the more sheer jelly type of finishes out of the collection, but it builds to an almost pseudo-like opacity with that shimmer. It is so beautiful and glowy. I chose to do this one at 3 coats as well, and it was perfect. I didn't have any over buildup or anything like that. On all of these across the board, I did go in just a tiny bit lighter than what I normally do. I tend to polish pretty heavy-handed and load up my brush because wide load nails. So these are, again, quick to dry down. So if you want to do 3 light coats, then I think you're good to go. Again, blurring base disclaimer applies here too. Moonlight is a milky light periwinkle base with blue to violet shifting shimmer and small holographic flecks. I swoon every time I see these blue shimmers, and I don't know, Megan does these just perfectly, and Moonlight is just a beautiful capture of that. It captures that, I don't know, just in my head I have this image of the ocean and the moon is just rising above it. It's like a super fantasy type painting in my head, but anyways, I'm totally nerding out here. Moonlight does flirt a little bit with being a touch streaky if you tend to polish and overwork that brush, but I just figured it was worth noting because the particle shimmer to this is a touch larger than the others. Milky Wave is a milky light cornflower blue with red, orange to gold shifting shimmer. Again, I'm repeating myself here. 3 coats and a glossy top coat was all I needed. And that first coat kind of demonstrates how strongly very milk bath this one is too. But the second coat is so satisfying. It almost self-levels like a cream going on here. And of course, I do agree with that official description. It is, to my eyes in person right here in front of me, a light type of cornflower blue. It's somewhat like a soft baby type of pastel color. Again, so beautiful, and blue lovers, shimmer lovers, we're all just over here holding hands and jumping in a circle. Sea Witch is a sheer teal jelly base with pink to copper shifting shimmer. So we are going into a slightly deeper type of tone in terms of the base color here. And when this builds up, it does deepen out pretty well. And I think you can get a better idea of that on the 3rd coat, that it is, I do agree, a teal color. This is another one that is pretty soft in terms of opacity. On my full hand shot here in just a moment, you'll see through my falsies a little bit on my free edge. So that kind of demonstrates that. So again, I'm going to repeat myself, use a blurring base or a nude to you cream, which is my personal hack for stuff like that. And you're perfect. This one also has that super shifty type of shimmer to it, where at angles you'll see a gorgeous orangey glow. Tranquil Tide is an azure blue base with gold to orange shifting shimmer. This one was interesting in terms of the shimmer particle, how it looks on the nail. It almost looks like a foil type of finish, where it's got that kind of glisteningly looking effect to it, where it's kind of sparkly, but you know what I mean, larger particle type shimmer. It's kind of metallic almost. This one I also chose to do 3 coats with. It is one of the more opaque. I say quote unquote opaque because, again, we have a lot of pseudo-like opacities, and pretty much across the board, these are either milky or just slightly sheer, and it's the shimmer that's going to give you that cover up over a visible nail line of any type. This one is also super glowy, but more in a metallic type, multichrome-ish type of way, just metallic. Just a Phase is a cool purple-toned charcoal gray base with red, pink to orange shifting pearlescent shimmer. This one is the darkest out of the entire collection, and it builds up to an almost cream-like appearance as you go up on your coats. Again, I will strongly urge you to go up to 3, light to normal, depending on the length of your nails, all that good stuff. I think even if you're rocking shorties, I would recommend doing 3 super, super thin coats. That way you're just maximizing the shimmer across your nails, and it is plump perfection. Across the board, these are all also going to dry down quite flat on the nail because we have shimmer bombs. So make sure you're using a glossy top coat to top these off. Lune is a sapphire blue base with blue to violet shifting shimmer and a platinum magnetic effect. I am still on my horseshoe magnet kick, and this one looked spectacular with it. The magnetic pigment to this is a large particle chrome looking appearance, so it just looked ridiculous in action. Now, La Lune does have a very opaque type of formula to it, which is usually what we see with magnetics with this chrome effect to them, where they just apply much smoother and more opaque. So I'm going to suggest 2, possibly 3 coats, your choice. I thought that 3rd coat may have been overkill. So again, your preference. This will also dry down quite flat. Use a good glossy top coat. It'll help with how beautiful that silvery magnetic pigment comes across the nail too. And there is a touch of a subtle purple shift at angles in the unmagnetized part. Healing Waters is a marine blue with some purple undertones and teal pearlescent shimmer. This is one of the charity polishes this month. $5 of each bottle sold is going to go over to St. Jude's, which is a freaking awesome charity. So grab this one, of course. I mean, it's beautiful and it's for a great cause anyway. Healing Waters is very pearlescent. It's beautiful. It's super glowy. I'm just raving. I urge you all to grab at least 1 or 2 of these in this collection. They're so lush and, oh, they're just magical. Ethereal never fails to steal my heart. You'll want to do 3 light coats. Be mindful of brush strokes. Let the paddle brush do the work for you, and a glossy top coat to finish this off. And then lastly, we've got We Share the Sky. This is a clear base with green, aqua to violet shimmer and iridescent silver reflective glitters that reflects pink. This is the Brain Tumor Awareness Polish from Ethereal. So we've got $2.50 from each bottle donated to the Preston Robert Tisch Brain Tumor Center and another $2.50 per bottle donated to the Idris Danish Memorial Scholarship. We Share the Sky is another beautiful one that's for a great cause, and it is so glorious. Now, I want to note the base color to this is incredibly neutral. Regardless, I still thought it popped beautifully on me. You'll want to do a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat. This is ridiculously sparkly in person, and you'll absolutely want to see it up close and personal. And we're going to wrap this up with a quick Will It Topper segment. This is where I use a black swatch stick to demonstrate if polishes have layering capabilities. Most of you know what I'm going to say at this point. Pretty much all polishes in this entire video are going to topper beautifully over matchy-match colors and darker colors. I, however, will say that I think these will also work well if you wanted to get a little color theory like some of the more milkier ones, say like Milky Wave. You may want to stick to maybe like lighter colors or matchy match because it's got that creamy type of milkiness to it. But I still think you can get creative. Just be mindful on those milky ones that you're going in, even on your coats if you are going to use an undie with them. That way you don't have any discrepancies in, say, opacity and or any patchiness if you have, say, a more vibrant undie that you're using with them. And then, of course, these last couple, just so beautiful and stunning. I swear, like this collection could do no wrong in my eyes. The release date for the Moonwater collection and any additional releases with this, I'm going to have this around my head. The date did get changed due to some unforeseen circumstances with maker Megan, but the launch is going to be May 9th. And again, if I get any more information the closer we get to the launch, I'm happily going to blast it around my face here. I'm going to link you below to Ethereal Lacquer's website if you want to check that out and get your browser ready, if anything. And I'll also link you to the Facebook group if you want to join there, see additional swatches, interact with Megan. She's super sweet. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.